This video is brought to you by Land Party Adventures, a nostalgic single-player adventure that blends detective storytelling with a retro tech management simulator. Your buddy Pedro is AWOL, so you'll have to take point on setting up LAN parties at various spots around town. Connect VGA cables, install software, and manage download speeds, all while avoiding viruses. Because if you get one of those, you'll have to tell your parents, and you do not want to tell your parents what you've been searching for online. Hubba hubba. Don't add hubba hubba. Any other of those noises is fine. Plus, there's a sandbox mode where players can create and share their own LAN parties using over 100 customizable items, including vintage furniture, classic computers, posters, gaming consoles, and more. All this on top of solving puzzles while you and the gang uncover the mystery of your missing friend. If you're into cozy life sims, solving mysteries, and nostalgic 2000s vibes, this one's for you. Just remember, this was before incognito mode was invented, so clear them cookies, y'all. LAN Party Adventures hits Steam on September 18th, so head on over to the page now, give it a wish list, and hop into the demo to transport yourself back to the simpler times of this sound.
Acceptable.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to Firelink Podcast, episode number 83 for Thursday, September 18th, 2025. It's actually number 84. I wrote the wrong number in my rundown. God damn it. Marty Sleevey here, joined by Casey Wosu, Nick Calandra, and producer Eric. That's going to be the one and only factual error we commit today, because we have a wonderful show prepped for you that includes us chatting about our absolute favorite games of this year that we feel like have gone under the radar. Like, we've all been silking, we've all been stranding, bonanzing, altering, clair obscuring. Obscuring sounds nice. But what games outside of those might you guys have missed and deserve an extra little treat? And then also talking about all sorts of stuff we've been playing and watching, including probably Silksong. Honestly, we're just going to talk a lot about Silksong. I have so many.
You guys are lucky we didn't put it on the thumbnail this week.
I feel like on some of our podcasts, I'm not going to name names, but it's Windbreaker. I feel like the general vibe is Silksong's not good, and I'm here to say Silksong is good. And
That's
not only
the
is
vibe
Silksong
on
good,
Windbreaker?
oh my god, it's hostile.
I thought Jay loves it, but he also
It is
hates
a hostile. It's like the Yahtzee cloud of the 10 rounds of men hurt my feelings.
10 rounds of men? That would be a vacation for some folks.
10 rounds of men hurt his feelings. But I gotta say, like, Silksong is like a generational game. Like, holy moly. And Team Cherry, take as long as you need for whatever's coming next. Take fucking a decade, and I'm fine with it, because you guys put out a banger. Yeah, but that's me editorializing. How are you guys? Casey, how are you doing?
Not bad. I haven't had a ton of time because a bunch of work piled up as I was trying to get as far into Silksong as I could.
Sure.
But more, I guess, on my journeys in that game later. But otherwise, yeah, pretty chill weekend. Had the mother-in-law drop in and drop off my actual marriage license, because
that's exciting.
She brought it with her from St. Lucia to hand to us. So yeah, it's like official. Well, actually, we might need to do something with it. I might need to take it somewhere. So I don't know if it's like official.
Get it framed
yet.
before it's official.
I might need to go register at a clerk's office or some shit. But
it'll be official at some point.
Yeah,
have you done the Borat my wife voice at all?
No, fun story. I don't care about Borat all that much, though. He showed up in Ironheart. And that was very surprising to me. Sacha Baron Cohen, he's in that TV show.
Oh, and Ironheart, the TV show. Sorry,
yes.
I was thinking Borat, the character. Yeah, he plays Mephisto. Right at the end, he popped up as like the literal devil.
Mephisto.
Wowie wow wow.
You know what movie of his is really relevant right now?
Bruno,
The Dictator.
The Dictator is also pretty. Yeah, that's pretty. That's
Talladega
pretty spot
Nights
on.
is pretty relevant too.
F1
season is going ham.
Oh my god. Casey, I need the Casey Silksong, because we're getting the like we're getting the like Jay went insane mainlining this game for a week and a half video.
Sure.
We're getting the Yahtzee got scrubbed out because of the 10 men video. We're getting the I just like the cute little guys video, but I need the hard games video. I need the like how does Silksong compare to Nine Souls? Like where is this in the pantheon of the 2D Souls like
a video for that?
I want the
I could
Casey
do a video.
Silksong
No, I guess.
experience fucking diluted into a video. That's what I want. That's neither here nor there. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm just tired of the news being annoying every day.
It's like the Green Mile. Michael Clark Duncan's like, I'm tired.
I just want a boring day. I'm tired.
No more boring days. We live in truly the dumbest goddamn times ever, but at least we can come together to chat about viddies every once in a while.
We can forcefully ignore our surroundings by focusing on video games.
It's fine.
My back still hurts too.
Yeah, you gotta stretch more. You don't stretch at all, do you? When was the last time you stretched?
When I
you touch your toes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I can't.
Now bending your knees.
Actually, right now I probably can't because my back.
What's your cord maintenance like?
Really my what?
Your like cord maintenance, like the maintenance of cords behind your computer and monitor and everything. Would you say
like your cable management?
Cable management. Sorry, not cord maintenance. Would you say in terms of Second Wind folks, are you in the upper half in terms of cleanliness cord management or lower half? Yeah, I'm also in the lower half. Who do you think is number one?
Omar.
I also thought Omar.
Yeah,
I would think Eric has phenomenal cable management, like the likes of which you've
really.
Never seen. I would assume
incredible. I didn't even think of Eric, which is incredibly rude during the stream earlier.
My desk that I have has like a whole place for cable management, but the cables are usually too short, so it doesn't I can't use it.
Sure.
And then I have to move them all the time because dog hair gets blown back there and all that shit. So I'm like, you know what, just whatever. It exists. I tried to make it look nice. I tried to tie them to the legs of my table. It just.
Yeah, I've done half-assed shit like that too. Like the table does have
the table covers
holes and stuff.
Yeah, I got the cable covers. I got the twist ties.
Sure. Yeah. I think on because we were talking about this on the LAN party adventure stream earlier today that we all decided sight unseen, Javid and Matt have the best cord management purely because they're kind of enigmas. They're like all the way on the other side of the world, and like Javid seems to work out of like a shed or like some sort of like a workshop, and he's got to have nice cord management.
I can see Javid having nice cord management. I've seen how Matt holds a hotel room, so. I don't trust that as much.
I got to sit next to Matt at Omar's wedding, and it was one of the highlights of my year. A couple super chats before we get into the thick of it. FB, welcome to the tip jar. New member. Thank you so much, FB. Appreciate you. Do you think that's Facebook? Could that be Mark Zuckerberg? How do we feel about a new Facebook movie coming out? Aaron Sorkin writing and directing. Jeremy Strong is going to be playing Mark Zuckerberg. It's a sequel to Social Network. So Jeremy Strong from Succession is going to be Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay, I can see it.
Last year's Academy Award winner from Anora is going to be one of the leads, and Jeremy Allen White is also going to be a lead. The bear himself, the titular bear. What do we feel about that?
What is this supposed to be about?
I think it's going to be about Facebook disinformation throughout the teens. And how it impacted the 2016 and 2020 elections. I think it's going to be a disaster of a film.
And Zuckerberg is letting us go through.
No, he's not. He doesn't have any say, right? You can make Facebook. We can make.
If this
is a literal sequel to the Social Network because Aaron Sorkin wrote the Social Network.
Yeah. I thought he was involved in the Social Network at some point.
Yeah, he's like a public figure. I think they can just make a movie about the stuff that happened because it's a publicly traded company as far as I know as well, right?
Yeah. It's Meta. It's
right.
Meta. Apparently, it
might be decent. It might be a takedown.
I mean, the Social Network to me is one of the 5 best movies of the century.
Still never seen it.
Oh
I've never
my
seen it
god!
either.
Holy shit! Well, next movie night, watch it. It's also the
Like
worst
I
movie night
fucking
movie.
lived Facebook. Like it came up
Yeah.
in my
It
college
is-
years. Like I didn't need to
It
watch.
is so good. No, Casey, I was a hater going in. I was like, why the fuck would I want to see this? It is the best goddamn movie. It is so good. Like it might literally be the best movie ever made. It might literally. I don't think anyone's ever made a better
watch
movie.
it. I do want to watch it. Like I'm not avoiding it on purpose. I just never got around to it.
Everyone in chat, watch The Social Network tonight, and sound off in the comments below.
I would have taken like a comedy movie of like fake Elon Musk and fake Zuckerberg duking it out.
That's had to have already happened, right? Like, isn't that like kind of? I'm trying to think of like tech boys fighting. There's got to be a movie about tech boys fighting.
I don't think so. They probably would have sued it.
That Rock'em Sock'em Robot movie?
What, Real Steel?
Real Steel, yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Tech boys fighting. Fungus Finder, the $2 dono. Thank you so much, Fungus Finder. Silksong. What's Silksong? What's a Silk song? Silk. We'll tell you all about the Silk. Also, the game is more about Silk than I thought it would be.
Not as much
It's
about
equal
song.
parts about Silk and songs. Like, they kind of knocked it out of the park.
It's a good. They absolutely they Babe Ruthed it. They were like, we know what this game is going to be about, and they pointed at the stands. They're like, damn, you hit it right in the Silk song section.
Like, oh my god.
I like playing the songs. Mirith with $2 dono. Thank you so much. Don't forget your 20-20-20 rule. Do you guys know about the 20-20-20 rule?
No.
Every 20 minutes, I think I fucked this up. Every 20 minutes, you're supposed to stand up and look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Like if you work in a computer job.
Just
every 20 minutes.
Randomly get up and start staring at something. Like, what if it's another person?
Yeah.
20 minutes sounds
20 every 20 minutes.
Often.
20 feet away for 20 seconds. That's not that much.
Just get up and start staring at
Look out your window for 20 seconds.
What if you don't have windows?
But like every
got a
20
window in
minutes
your
feels
house.
like it's going to disrupt whatever I'm trying to do at any
Sure,
time.
a little bit like
I'm in meetings longer than 20 minutes.
Did you know, like every 15 minutes, the virtual boy would be like, "Hey, you probably have a headache. You should stop playing." And I'm like, "Why do you guys have this warning before you put all this money?"
No warnings like that for VR.
Is that warning coming back with the new one?
It's got it. I think it's a software level. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. And then Eric in the value tier hit his green gang and said, "I don't even think of Eric, Marty Sleva." I did say that, but I meant I didn't think of you when we were talking about cable management. Also, you still haven't posted a pic of your cable management, so who knows? Who knows? I still think Eric might.
Showed them cables.
Yeah, showed him chodes. Let's. Do we want to just go on to our main topic?
Oh, if there's any news to
Obviously,
talk
why not?
about. We got Randy Pitchford doing Randy Pitchford things, but that's on.
Yeah, I didn't
tomorrow.
want to step on that because you got a whole ass video about that tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, not much else news going on, unless we want to talk about politics.
No, probably
On this podcast? Probably not.
probably fine not do that. I feel like that should be like a collective decision amongst all the owners to be like, all right, we're leaning hard into like, really telling you all
we're
what
going all in.
spoilers, you all probably know what we think. But let's talk about video games. That's why we're here. And let's talk about, before we talk about the video games that we've been playing recently, I want to touch, Nick brought up a good idea of, hey, like, we're in a bit of a calm before a storm. Next week, a ton of games are coming out, and it's TGS. So let's maybe chat about some of the smaller games from this year that went a little bit under the radar. And we've probably talked about them on this show before, but stuff that could use a little reminder. And let me tell you, Nick posted the prompt in Patreon. And remember that everyone at that $5 tier and above can add to the show. And that is, if you are at the $5 tier on Patreon, go into that post from today, because literally every post is like 3 cool games. Like I chose some, mostly it was at random, because like every post was like, here's 3 cool games I played this year that no one's talking about. And like, if you want games that are off the radar, that is the ultimate. So thank you to everyone who posted in that Patreon post. But yeah, let's start off. Nick, what's a game or two that you really like this year that you don't think got the flowers it deserved?
Yeah, my first one, I've actually just gone back to playing it recently because I have a problem and I bought it on Nintendo Switch now. So I've been playing it there. But Monster Train 2, which is the deck building roguelite. I was gonna add it to the list, and I was like, like the first one did pretty darn well. Like, how's this one doing? And I was like, it doesn't even have like half the reviews of the first game yet, and it's so much better than the first game, which kind of shocked me. So I just don't know if like they didn't do the big marketing push that the first game got or whatever. I know they're doing like a big update right now that they've been trying to get another big push for it. It hasn't sold bad or anything. It's got over 3,000 reviews on Steam, but the first one has over 11,000, and it's not. I don't know. I thought like a more upgraded sequel would kind of knock it out of the park for them. So yeah, like the Monster Train still beats out almost every other deck building roguelite for me. Like I just can't seem to put this game down. There's so many different combinations with the characters and the charms you get or in the buffs and all that stuff. So yeah, it's like if you don't like deck building roguelite games, like I would still recommend trying this one. It really is just that fun.
Do you think part of this sort of lack of conversation around it is because a general like exhaustion towards this genre as a whole that like we've expressed in showcases, and I'm imagining the audience has? Like, it does feel like not like it's not a fun or cool or popular genre anymore, but it does kind of feel like it might have peaked, and some people are getting off the ride at certain points.
We'll see. I mean, Slay the Spire 2 is coming out next year, and that's gonna probably break records. I mean that you asked me the other day when my script last week when I was like writing about Hollow Knight, and I was like, what other indie games would reach that level of hype? And obviously I think Haunted Chocolatier from Concerned Ape is going to be up there, but then I kind of forgot Slay the Spire 2 is probably up there too for a lot of indie players.
Yeah, and I mean we didn't. It's easy to not think of it as indie, but Hades 2 is coming out in 2 weeks, and I think that'll that's another banger. And also, I think if it wasn't in early access, like there'd be a lot more hype behind it. But I agree with that. Also, let us not forget, I drafted Hades 2 and declined after Nick said it's already in early access and has some reviews. So I'm saying the Genki Boys would have been Genki men by now.
Are they still getting sued?
Genki Boys stay winning. I think they might have been killed. The Genki Boys might be dead. Shigeru Miyamoto may have like walked into like a back room at a casino and like taking off black gloves and beat him to death with a club.
Like they are in Nintendo lawyer iron sights. So
yeah,
I don't know how long we're going to be dealing with Genki Boys.
We're unofficial Genki Boys. Listen, we like the Genki spirit. We don't like the Genki breaking the law. That's what Genki Boys stand for. That's what Genki Boys stand for. I like that Monster Train 2. That's a good one. Let's just keep doing maybe some round robins. Casey, do you got any from this year that you really dug?
Yeah, I was trying to rack my brain because a lot of the not super big games that I played, like a lot of indie games, did end up being like rather big. Like a lot of attention actually came to some of my favorite experiences that didn't fly under the radar. So it was kind of hard to figure out what I touched that had. But a couple examples. First is Seafrog, like a little side-scrolly platformer, which is like a mix of like skateboarding and not sort of like a Metroidvania, but like very interesting way it breaks up its levels in zones, like as like little hub worlds and whatnot. High skill ceiling, I want to say, and just super cute aesthetic. Like I really, really liked the feel of it and everything it had going on. It's like a real dumb concept where you're like a mechanic who skateboards on a wrench and like you're fixing a bunch of old broken ships so you can get back to like your main ship, or something. But like it was just really charming and a whole lot of fun. And like I want to say it was like under 10 reviews or something because Eric brought it to our attention. I want to say on one HME morning.
Mhm.
And yeah, I gave it a shot because I thought it looked cool, and it ended up being like a really fun experience. Like it was a game I still think about every now and then, and it's still on my desktop staring at me because I have not been able to go back to it yet, but I want to. Like it was a really good time.
It's funny. It has that kind of vibe of even like the Dunkadillo last week. Of it feels like it is visually, it exists in the like N64, PS1, PS2 era, but is still presented in 2D, and that seems like a thing that is becoming pretty big, like in the indie genre, like these 2D puzzle platformer action games that are clearly pulling technical elements from generations past that, which I think is really cool. And yeah, I played a bit of Seafrog as well, and I really dug it. Shout out to frogs. I think frogs might be the best animal for a game. Frogun, Frogger.
There's a lot of frog games coming out soon. Croak being one of them.
Croak. The one, you're a frog, a climbing frog in that one game. I keep doing this until I remember the name of it. What is it called? Highest High? It can't be called Highest High. Valley Peaks. Like Valley Peaks. You're a toad. Toads and frogs are the same thing, right?
Yeah,
like a toad is just.
Oh yeah, they're interchangeable. Yeah,
They're interchangeable. They're absolutely like a toad is just a baby frog, which is fine. Before we loop, I like that. Before we loop back around, I've sung the praises of this one a bunch. Wanderstop is one of those games that I absolutely adored. From earlier on in the year, that was the follow up to the Stanley Parable. That was the game that took the kind of the cozy run a tea shop aesthetic of so many modern cozy games, but then injected the sort of really deep emotional and oftentimes meta storytelling that you would expect from the creators of the Stanley Parable. Absolutely loved it. It's under 10 hours long, but it is a game that has remained. It's despite how killer games have been this year so far, it has remained in my top 5. It is at 5, and it is like hanging on with dear life, hoping that Ghost of Yotai doesn't dethrone it. But right now, it is my 5th favorite game of the year, and yeah, I think it's an amazing story. It compacts the cozy loop into a 10-hour experience. I know one thing with cozy games is a lot of times it could be like, oh, this is my forever game, and I need to play this for 1,000,000 hours like Stardew. And I like that this has a very clear beginning, middle, and end. Yeah, great stuff. Really,
started that one a couple weeks ago, actually.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's it starts very normal and then very quickly starts showing its cards to become something really really special. Yeah, let's do 2 apiece. Did you have any other ones, Nick?
Yeah, the game I've been playing recently, I haven't had time to go back to it, just so many games dropped again. But Discounty, which I talked about not too long ago, but that is the cozy kind of narrative-driven shop simulator game where you run a kind of convenience store, and you do everything from buying inventory to running the cash register to cleaning it to interacting with customers. And in the background, there's a story, like an actual narrative going on that's around the town, which I haven't gotten too far into yet because I'm not super far into the game, but I keep wanting to go back to it. I just, by the time I sit down to play it at night, and then like my dog is snoring behind me. Or he's dreaming.
What a dog!
Yeah. That completely threw me off track. So yeah, I've been having a good time with Discounty. Go play it.
Yeah, I love the art. That's one of the games on the thumbnail, and I love the aesthetic of this game.
I know quite a few people, I think in the Discord, said they ended up going to pick it up and were really, really digging it. And it's like one of those kind of cozy games where like even just the act of like putting your shop together, like everything feels really tactile about it. And running the register and like actually having to do some math is pretty fun. So
sometimes a game can ask you to do math and it can throw you for a loop. We had to do some math today on the stream, and let me tell you, that
did see that. Yeah,
ruined us. Holy moly! I forgot how to math. I completely forgot how to do math.
Like, who needs it? Come on now.
You got calculators until you get to this problem, and I was like, calculators not helping me. I don't understand. We got it eventually, which is fine. We're fine.
They teach you all those
discount.
formulas in school, and then you just never think about
Teach
them
me a
again.
lot of stuff in school. I don't need to know. Casey, did you have any other bangers you want to recommend?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with the Holy Goshdarn, which is the third game in a series of games. I think it's called the Tuesday Trilogy, which includes Manuel Samuel and then Helheim Hassel. And like it's a really cool concept where you're playing an angel on like a day where the world ends, and so she gets the ability to rewind time to figure out how to stop that day from ending. And like it's an in-game 24-hour clock that you then like it's a puzzle game and a story not story game, a puzzle game and a what do you call it? Action
Platformer?
Platformer? No, an adventure game.
Adventure game. There you go.
Right. Where you're like you're talking to people, you're figuring out stuff. Like it's got really, really fun, really hilarious writing. And like there are tons of jokes that play on the fact that you're on a time crunch. Like characters will specifically waste your time in ways that kind of get on your nerves, but then you try to figure out a way around it, and like they'll have different dialogue for the second or third time you have to deal with them. So like they've really like thought through kind of all the different scenarios and have really funny writing and scenarios for you every time you're messing and poking at all the different things that they have there. So it was really, really fun. And it closes the loop on the other two games because there are references directly to some of the events from the other games if you played them as well. So
that's
you
cool.
get that sort of bonus, level of detail and context if you've been playing all of them. And apparently you can play them in any order too. So like you can start with this and then go back to the other ones. But you'll probably get less stuff from this and the older ones. So like maybe just play them in release order.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Yeah, I know that was one that you were stoked for on Hot Monday Energy.
Yeah.
In the game was really cool. I had a couple games listed here, and I feel like it was stuff that I've talked about or made videos about. Like it was going to be recent stuff like Sword of the Sea, or earlier in the year like Citizen Sleeper 2, or Miscellaneous A Tiny Tale, which I had a video about recently. But I want to throw down a game that I haven't talked too much on the show, and it's called Ambidextro. And straight up, the thing that put this on my radar is it's from the trailer was incredible, and then I found out it's from the solo developer of Pineapple on Pizza, which is like literally one of my go-to games ever. The best 15-minute video game joke. Ambidextro was very different. You play as a wizard who has been separated in half. So like a wizard has been split in half, and you are now two wizards. You're your left wizard and your right wizard. Okay. And the way this game works is you use the left side of your controller for the left wizard and the right side of your controller for the right wizard. And it's very simple. It's only analog sticks and one button to jump. But you need to complete these levels that you are seeing here. It's small single screen puzzle platformer levels that you need to. This is called Ambidextro because you need to be ambidextrous. You have to
do both at the same time.
And you need to be the left wizard and the right wizard at the same time and run through these levels. And it starts where they have very kind of parallel obstacles. So they both run towards the center and then jump and then run out and then have to dive under this thing. And then that sort of symmetry leaves. And you are now like rubbing your tummy and patting your head to be like, oh, I need to be. This top wizard is doing a lot of quick jumping, whereas this other wizard is dodging a bunch of spikes. And each level has a relatively short time limit on it. It's nice that the game has a lot of kind of accessibility, quality of life options to where you can raise the time limit. Because I got to a certain point where I'm like, oh my God, my brain isn't ready for this. I can't do this. So I raised the time limit and it was fine. A really fun, cool, simple idea for a game that is like, how do we take something very simple, which is a 2D puzzle platformer, and how do we make one small modification to it that really breaks your brain, and it works really well. So Ambidextro, that one's pretty cheap. I'm a big fan of it. Highly recommend people check that out. If any of that sounded cool to you, if it didn't sound cool,
Yeah,
to
it
you,
looks and sounds really cool. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It very quickly gets very hard because ultimately you guys just want to meet. Like the wizards just want to meet. Anytime you see
just
two
wanna
wizards,
touch.
all they want to do is touch, and so you just gotta let the wizards touch. So there you go, Ambidextro. We got a
Nice.
shit ton of Patreon comments, like I mentioned. Go to the thread for this episode, see them all. But I just wanted to circle through a couple of them to shout out some cool looking games. Foss over at the $5 tier in Patreon, thank you so much. Foss said, keeping it to 3 simple highlights with Lost Records Bloom and Rage, AI Limit, and Metal Eden. All 3 are not exactly unknown, but still easy to miss in a year like this. Lost Records Bloom and Rage is that's the
game from Don't Nod. Yeah,
that's
like
Don't Nod. That's like
nobody
kind of the
talked about it.
spiritual successor to why can't I remember what it's called?
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What happened there? Yeah, and it got the people who played it seemed to really enjoy it. And no one talked about it. Again, maybe that's like a genre that, you know what game I'm really curious about that I'm really excited for next month, and it's going to be episodic, 2 episodes dropping every week, is Dispatch. Do you guys know about Dispatch?
Oh,
This is
yes.
a superhero
Yeah.
game, like star-studded cast. This is by the folks who made The Wolf Among Us and Tales from the Borderlands and then left Telltale. And this thing looks like it is a playable animated series, but it's
that's why I'm so interested. Like, it looks like just a really good animated series. Like, I'm
with like
very
Aaron
invested
Paul,
in what this is. Yeah,
Laura Bailey, Jeffrey Wright, like amazing voice cast. Looks cool as shit. It's kind of about almost like a twist on a superhero genre, almost like a less violent boys like kind of thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Dispatch, and it's releasing. It's going to be episodic, 2 episodes a week, 4 weeks in a row. So it's not going to be that old Telltale thing of like 3 months between an episode. It's just going to be, over the course of a month. But yeah,
they're all like individually priced, or is like you buy the bulk and then you just get.
I think you buy the bulk. I think it is
okay.
a single purchase. Yeah, which was, I think, one of the kind of Telltale things was like, at a certain point, people are like, okay, I keep spending $5 or $10 on this, and I'm kind of sick of this, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah,
you probably just forget to go back and buy the next one at some point.
And then AI Limit and Metal Eden. You guys have talked about those, right?
Yeah, AI Limit is kind of another one of those, I would say, C-tier Souls-likes. Okay. Apparently, it's pretty good. I tried the demo. I liked the demo, but the more I got into it, like the world is just really bland. Which is why I also dropped the first Berserker Kazan, because even though I really liked that combat, like its world was just so boring to explore. Like I just not visually interesting really at all. Even though the combat was relatively fun, I just I
played the demo for this as well, and Jesse played it for a hidden gem, so we got a little further outside of like that demo space, and it does start to differentiate some of the stuff outside. The writing's a little weird, but there were some interesting things that they started to introduce in the plot. But yeah, like Nick said, definitely kind of C tier. It felt like, but not bad. But yeah, not going to hold my attention. Metal Eden, though, Nick, you said you played a bunch of that. Like I've been meaning to actually put some time into that. I've been really excited for that. And yeah, I'm not seeing anyone talking about it.
Yeah, you could finish that game in probably 4 hours. Very short.
Oh, it's that short?
yeah. PlayStation says I finished it in 3 hours.
Oh my god,
that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad at that, but also I'm like, damn.
The story. The story isn't anything crazy, but the game is fun. Like it doesn't overstay its welcome. The weapons feel really good to use. The visuals and music are great. So there wasn't. Yeah, like there's some sections in it like that are almost like reminiscent of Metroid, where you like control a ball in some of these bigger open levels, but it seems like at some point maybe they wanted the game to be scoped bigger and then scoped it back, and those just got left in because they're very. I thought there was going to be some puzzles or something, but like you literally, it's just like a Halo vehicle section is basically the best thing I compare it to, where like you move forward through a level, shoot things, and then you go back to doing what you were doing.
Yeah.
So it's I think the game is good. It's fun. I think it's probably overpriced. I think it's at $40. I would
Ooh, that's tough.
only really recommend it at 30, maybe even 20 for how short it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that one's definitely getting picked up by a lot of people during Steam sales, I think. But at full price, hard sell.
Yep. Agree with you there. Mr. Ticketron over in Patreon, thank you so much. I just want to shout out some of my favorite less mentioned games of this year: Starvaders, Astral Throne, Star of Providence, and Keep Driving. I know 3 of these games. Starvaders we streamed, right, Nick?
Yeah, we were sponsored by them, and
with the developers.
I love that game. I played a bunch of that. Unfortunately, I didn't stick with it as much as I have like other deck builders, just because like the cards aren't as interesting. But like the strategy is a lot of fun. Yeah, for sure.
And the folks who made the game seem wonderful.
If it comes to Switch, then I'll buy it again.
Just put it on Switch, Nintendo. What do you, Miyamoto? Get off your fucking ass.
Yeah.
Port this game to Switch. Astral Throne. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what that is.
I don't know if I've
sounds like
heard
a throne in space of some sorts. Star of Providence, I know, is the bullet hell game that is published by Donkey Big Mode. That is the second game after Animal Well. The thing is, Star of Providence had already come
sponsored
out.
by Astral Throne.
Were we?
Yeah, I think so.
What?
I don't think we were. I never wrote anything about Astral Throne. No, we were absolutely not sponsored by this game.
Yeah, this doesn't look familiar at all.
Yeah. Yep. Eric confirms we weren't. Nick just straight up trying to gaslight us. Like I'm listen, I have a bullshit memory, but the very least,
the Kiara looks so similar to another game that we were sponsored by, and I can't remember what it's called now.
Kiara? Star Providence, a bullet hell game, published by Big Mode. But like I said, it was less Big Mode helped finish the game and more of like this game was already done in Big Mode. So seems cool. That seems too bullet hell. That seems like there's so much business going on. Like, holy, I don't think I have the mind anymore to deal with that business. And then Keep Driving is a game I really dug, which is a road trip, a kind of like roguelike road trip adventure game / visual novel. That has cool scenarios, really fun moments. Yeah, it's I don't know how much I want it. I completed one full run of it and had zero desire to go back and see like what else happens. But it kind of dealt with the idea of a cross country road trip in really interesting ways, and how you have to think about things like the car's kind of fucked up. Do I pick up a hitchhiker? I'm getting exhausted. There's a cop behind me. I want to pass this farm vehicle, but it's on a dangerous road. That kind of thing. So. A cool game that any adventure fan would probably dig. Gay Bear Daddy, thank you so much, over in Patreon, said, I'll continue to tout the call of this one, but Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist came out in January. I'll forever put the Ender series games above Hollow Knight's games for story, aesthetic, music, and gameplay. I don't know if I'd go as far to agree with you on the second part. I do think Ender Magnolia Bloom and Mist, without having played the first one, that game was sick as hell, and I really enjoyed it. Like I liked it more than like Bloodstained, which was the Igarashi, take on Castlevania. I thought this was like a stronger take on the Castlevania, Metroidvania formula than that. You played you played Ender Lilies, right?
Yeah, Ender Lilies I played through. Only tried the demo for Ender Magnolia, and to me it felt like you could feel the improvement in terms of like just the gameplay and the look and style and whatnot. But still very much more of the same, and that's not a bad thing because the first game was really good. So like I'm sure the second one is really good. I just never got around to putting a ton of time back into it.
Sure,
but I do not think it's touching Hollow Knight. Like, there's no way that's true. Like, I've played that first game and a little bit.
How many arms does Ender Magnolia have? They got 8 arms?
Not enough. I don't
care. Not enough arms. They got too many ghosts working for them. That's the problem. They're not getting dirty. Like Hornet's out there getting nasty with her needle.
Yeah.
They're just
That's what they call her in the streets, Nasty Needle.
Nasty Needle.
Needle.
Shane Z. Thank you so much, Shane Z in the Patreon said, while not my typical type of game and also not new to this year, but new to Xbox, I've been absolutely hooked on Helldivers 2 for the last 2 weeks. Also probably not under the radar. Oh well. All I can think about when I play it is that if 343 had thought of this concept and released an ODST game following the same gameplay loop, Halo might not be on a ventilator. Yeah, that is like Helldivers was one of the big games of last year, and it did come to Xbox this year. So it's cool to see that this game clearly still has like an audience. It still has kind of fervent fans. I never got super into it, but just it's not my type of game. But I know everyone who did, including a bunch of the folks here, like fucking loved it.
Yeah, cool.
And also,
speaking of ODST, like they basically made that a tie-in once it came to Xbox.
That's right. Yeah. And also, speaking of Xbox, I saw someone in the chat mention I think Leith to Beats said, did anyone mention South of Midnight yet? That's a great one. I didn't write down. South of Midnight was a cool game that like we talked about quite a bit, but
I don't think
it got swept under the rugs.
I personally don't think it got swept under the radar. I think it was enjoyed for what it was. I don't think the game was good enough to break through.
Gotcha.
Like it was cool.
But
it got its. I think it got recognized for what it did, which was tell a great story, great music, whatnot. But like, it wasn't like a fully investing experience, and I think that's probably why it didn't last or get hyped up as much. Because like gameplay wise, it actually wasn't very good.
Sure. It's funny because I do feel like it was a game that like we even talked about in the few weeks surrounding its release quite a bit, but it is a game that doesn't get brought up too much afterwards, even though I do think there's a handful of moments in it that like are
there's
pretty,
some
like
great moments
ingrained in my head. But it's wrapped around a lot of kind of boring gameplay, I think.
I'm so close to finishing that game and I just keep forgetting to go back and wrap it up. I'm like at the very end.
You got it. You're almost done. You could put it on the list. You can check it off.
I haven't really kept my list up to date this year.
Oh my god, you got to go. You can go back. It's not too late to go back and refill your list. I went like a month without updating my list, and let me tell you, when I did, it felt very good. Shout out to list heads.
It's too late for me. I've never held a list.
Oh, that's what Darth Vader sounds like. And then Darth Vader was fine. His son was like, "Hey, Dad, I forgive you," and then he died, and they burned him on a planet full of bears. So maybe that can happen to you. Keep looking at this guy. Thomas Dempsey, thank you so much, said, "Ooh, is one of the best tutorialized games I've ever played.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
100% it in less than 2 hours, but there's never a moment where you need to feel like you're repeating yourself or wading through the padding." Yeah, that's one I really like to like. Again,
It is
solo
a
development
great feeling puzzle game.
Yeah, really smart, really like doesn't bog down. Like the tutorial is the early couple minutes of the game where you're just kind of learning to play, and it all works very well. Yeah, I'm glad we got to stream that a few times because I think that game is the game's super cool.
It does this really cool thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I was just saying, it does this really cool thing where like even past the opening where you're like, okay, I'm a head that poops bombs and gets sent in a direction. It does a thing where it forces you to do something new as you enter a new area. And then by the end, you have to remember that new thing you learned is the only thing you can do to finish at the end. And then it sort of unlocks a new capability that you clearly always had. You just didn't know about it. So it's kind of a very tiny version of like the sort of Metroidvania style progression that has really like elevated these sorts of games in the past couple years. So shout out to Ooh.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I saw another trailer for Motion Wreck, and that still has a 2025 date to it. Although at this point I'm like, listen, if you say 2025 and you don't have a date, I don't know if you're real.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you. I mean, granted, maybe next week that'll be like we're expecting a state of play at some point. Annapurna has a showcase soon. TGS is coming up, so like maybe the rest of them will get fleshed out. But yeah, Motion Wreck is a cool game with a similar, very similar 2D puzzle platformer, but you kind of record your movements and then use those recorded movements to solve puzzles. And then Casdea Morgana, thank you so much, said, I love White Knuckle. I think horror games work because of cycles of tension and relief. The relief part of the cycle is a form of juxtaposition gratification. Climbing games already have these cycles in their core gameplay loop. You tense as you climb and relieved as you find a safe perch to rest. So making a climbing horror game was a brilliant move. I do think the climb 'em ups, that's like a burgeoning subgenre. I mean, obviously,
Yeah, there are a lot of them now.
we don't need to talk about Jason. Like, that was... We found out eventually if it was a hidden gem. It took a while.
We did.
But we got
And it
Cairn
is.
coming up. Obviously, I mean, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are sort of part of the climbing subgenre.
Are they
early
responsible
on.
for this? Like, is this
Ooh,
Breath of the Wild's fault?
Nick, what do you think about that? I kind of like that.
No, I don't think so.
You just don't want to give Nintendo their flowers. You'll
No,
buy
I
their
don't.
games, but you won't give them their flowers. How come
No.
you haven't bought the Donkey Kong DLC yet? That's what I want to ask you, Nick.
I already heard you complain about it.
It's someone should go to jail. I think someone should go to jail.
It's a
for this
glowing
DLC.
recommendation, Marty.
Like,
I'm
it
gonna
is-
run out right
it
now and
is-
give them my $20.
Crazy. Like, it is crazy how much shit I can look past for Nintendo. But when it's like, hey, a month after a game comes out, here's a $20 DLC. We're going to hoodwink you into thinking you could just hang out on Donkey Kong Island. But Donkey Kong Island is like 5 minutes long. And then it's just like, oh, just go back and roguelike bullshit the rest of these challenge courses. I'm like, I don't want that. Also,
That's
this
so
should have been
bad.
a game, or this should have been free. I'm not a price guy. You know, I don't complain about price a lot, but I'm like,
Uh-huh.
this is bullshit, Nintendo. This
There's
is like a
zero
line.
value
This is a
in
step
what
too
they've
far.
Offered up.
You'll be right back in their pocket.
I'm absolutely going to be right back, 100%. I just want them to know I didn't like this. Wagging my finger.
All right, Democrat.
Exactly. What other? There was also the climbing game I brought up, Valley Peaks. I think I do think it's all Breath of the Wild.
And then chained together.
Chain Together, yeah. Obviously, the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Slap 'em ups. What do they call that genre?
Friend slop?
Friend
Friend
slap,
slap.
yeah.
I like slap 'em ups. That's kind of nice.
Slop them ups. God damn
yeah.
it. That's such a terrible string of sounds.
Yeah. Oh, and then what's the Peak? That's a climbing game.
Oh, right. Peak is one of those too.
Slap them up.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do like the idea of a horror. I like that White Knuckle's a horror climbing game. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
There was that other one with the pickaxe.
Lawrence
too.
Lure.
Yes,
Lawrence
Lure.
Yeah, I think Jesse.
But
played
that one is a reverse climbing game. You're going down.
I mean,
Are
still,
you?
It's still
You still go up, but you're trying to get
there's
down.
some up climbing, but like if you go down and have to do the same actions as climbing up, is that not still climbing? It's just climbing down.
Do you guys think gum is food?
I heard you think cigarettes are food.
I think cigarettes are absolutely food. As someone who cigarettes was like my caloric intake for like a year, the happiest year of my life. I think I have to go back.
To cigarettes?
I think 2026 is going to be the year where I just do cigarettes, toast, and PBR.
That sounds like
It worked for me at 20. I'm
Okay.
sure it'll work for me at 40. My body.
Are you sure it worked for you at 20? Can you like think about 20 a little harder?
yeah.
I was poor. I was sad.
Go to therapy
it was
now.
great. Because every time they're just writing notes. Was this because of the cigarettes? Was this because of the PBR? I think it's fine. And I think we all.
How many times do you get your stomach pumped in your 20s?
It's fine. I didn't get myself. I was great. Everything was great. I was thriving.
Okay.
A couple super chats that came in during any of that. George Lucas, with a great point. We earlier on the stream, do you guys remember where you were when the year turned to 2000? New Year's Eve, 99 to 2000?
Oh, I guess I wasn't in second grade when
specifically.
Where was I? I was very young.
I mean, I know.
No,
it
it got brought up earlier because Jack was in the Bahamas, which was a very exciting answer to that question.
Oh shit! Yeah, wow.
I was just at my parents' house. Jess was a little
like that was
child.
just before high school, right? 2000.
That would have been. I was a
Yeah,
freshman in
I
high
was-
school. A 99 to 2000.
5 years old heading into high school.
Yeah, I think you would have been a freshman in high school too, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I don't know if
Yes.
we were the same grade. We're like a close age, but I don't know if there was like a grade difference.
probably. I mean, we're only like a couple months apart.
Yeah, I had some friends who were like a year apart and we were in the same grade, and then some other friends who were like 3 months apart, and somehow we were in different grades. I think one of us was
Some kids start late.
Probably me.
It happens.
It was probably me.
They
I was
get
eating too
held
many
back.
cigarettes. Eating too many cigarettes.
Like we gotta. This kid needs more time.
That's what I was doing.
He needs to learn how to not
Cutting
do
up and
it.
eating cigars. 5 minutes old.
Couple super chats and Ko-Fis that came in. Zoe, thank you so much for a $2 dono. Let's get hashtag show them chodes trending. I'm just saying, we can make the world better if everyone's showing them chodes.
Oh no,
Eric, you want to pull up the picture of chode? Not chode. Ooh, my God. Look up
Eric,
CHOD.
Don't do
X-Men.
anything yet.
Look up chode, CHOD. And then X-Men, there's an X-Men character who's a member of the Starjammers, which was Cyclops and Havoc's father. He was like a deadbeat dad who went to space and was like, I'm going to hang out in space. And he met a friend named Chode. And Chode was one of my action figures. He was great. He's a big green. He's like the Hulk, but kind of a fish. Yeah, his name's Chode. He's
Fish
great.
Hulk.
He's like fish.
That's a dumb character.
Fish. Don't say that about Chode. How does that look? That's the action figure I had. Look how cool he is.
Wow,
He looks
that
so
looks
dumb.
terrible.
He looks so bad.
That's such a
In my
shitty
neck.
action figure.
In my head, he was the coolest, and now I see him, and he looks like the saddest regional wrestler from the 80s. Everyone to the Kentucky Grand Circuit, it's Chode.
This
Oh,
is
it's
like
like a-
not the Thing or the Hulk. Like it's
Chode was great. Chode is great.
He looks like
Nothing
a
but
hulked
respect for
out,
my
like green Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito could be a great Chode. Put Chode. Listen,
they just
Russo
CG him
brothers
bigger than everybody else, but he's still the same proportions.
Could you imagine if Chode is the linchpin?
Where did Eric find this picture?
Eric, that is phenomenal. Holy moly. Murray, the demonic skull with a $5 Canadian dono. Thank you so much, Murray. Something nice YouTube has done for me recently. A bunch of old Good Blood videos have started showing up in my feed.
Oh.
Javed has a good backlog. Completely agree, Murray. Javed, banger videos on The Escapist, a couple of banger videos early at Second Wind before he moved over to a lot of Lost and Found and larger project stuff. But absolutely go to Javed's Good Blood page because he but long before I met Javed and worked with him, he released a video kind of about the spirituality behind Ocarina of Time that is probably one of my 5 favorite YouTube videos ever. I think it's like genuinely a beautiful video essay. So yeah, humbled to work with talented people as always. Captain Prez with a $20 dono. Thank you so much, Captain President. Nick, if you ever write an autobiography, you can have this title for free. The Perks of Being a Waldor.
It's a door wall.
Oh, fuck. It was a good goof, though, because it's the perks of being a wallflower. This book, that would have been good. It's a Waldor.
It's a door wall.
Door
get
wall.
it.
Well, the
It's
Perks of Being a Wallflower is a book.
It's a sliding door that takes up almost a whole wall. So
Well,
wall,
Nick calls the thing a wall door, right? Or door wall.
No, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
There's a
still
book called
don't-
The
I
Perks
still
of
don't
Being a
get
Wallflower. So the Perks of Being a Waldor.
No, all of those things are known entities to me. Just nothing, no part of that is coalescing into the joke part. I apologize. I don't get it.
I like how he
Hold on,
keep
hold
explaining
on.
it. You're like, nope, not at all. Understood every single part of that. Captain President, you can't win them all. You won me over. That's all that matters. Over in Ko-Fi Polio, thank you so much for the Ko-Fi dono. Said news item was that Vampire Bloodlines 2 retreading is going back on its DLC for pre-orders due to the entire internet hating them for paywalling a third of the class choices behind a $90 premium. Now that the classes are included in the base and the $90 has the next 2 DLCs included in the Battle Pass. Nick, have you followed any of this at all? I know you got your finger on the pulse of a lot of stuff, but
I have. Paradox Interactive, as the publisher, likes to make a lot of weird choices with their games. I will say that.
yeah, this is a game that's been in development for a very long time, handed off to a lot of different developers, now crossing the finish line.
Blackbird Interactive, or not Blackbird Interactive. What's that studio? They made that shooter for the PS4 that was supposed to be like a huge thing, and it
Mag.
completely crashed.
Was it not Mag?
No, that was
Not Mag
PS3.
enough.
There's
We don't know
no
about
there's no
Magna.
shooter for the PlayStation that was ever a huge thing.
Honestly, you're right.
It's just never.
Every time they
never
try
been
to
a
make
thing.
fetch happen, they don't. Chinese Room is currently developing it. Oh, Hollow Point? Eric said
No.
Hollow Point? Was that the game you're thinking of?
No.
But anyways, I'm worried. I mean, Bloodlines 2 is one of those games where everyone's worried about it because it's been in development hell for fucking ever. But it is cool that they announced something shitty. People got angry and they went back on
Changed it.
And yeah, and not in like you can't put a black person in Japan kind of thing, like people getting angry, but a like genuine, like this is shitty to your fans.
Yeah,
like,
this is
shitty.
bad for
Like,
the customer. And
If I had a
backbone,
backbone, I would do this to Nintendo about the Donkey Kong DLC, but I don't. And I'm gonna pay $80 for the Mario Galaxy games in a few days. I'm gonna be like, oh, he's going to space. It's great. Because I'm off.
I mean, you're not the only one who's upset about the Nintendo thing. I saw a whole Reddit thread of people sarcastically praising it over Hollow Knight, Silksong.
Oh my
God!
god!
It came out right alongside Silksong, and it is the same price. And
Right.
Silksong
so like they're using that juxtaposition to shit on, like sarcastically, mind you, to shit on Silksong for being like fake garbage, whack, terrible, and $20, and praising DK for being $20 of majesty.
You don't even get to go to Wanderer Island and see, oh, this is Wanderer's house, and you can meet Cranky Silk and Diddy Silk, and I don't like Diddy Silk.
Silky Kong? That could be a Kong.
Silky Kong? That sounds like Candy Kong.
More egregious to me with Nintendo is they're selling Mario Galaxy standalone for $40 when they included it in collection at $60 with 2 other games.
I will say, Mario Galaxy games are fucking goated.
Shut up, Marty.
Like, the 2 of them are so good. It is. I'm gonna buy.
I want to try 2. Because you said it's like end game Mario from the beginning.
It's Silksong to Mario Galaxy's Hollow Knight. Like it is.
But Mario Galaxy is terrible. It's a shitty game. It's the reason I stopped playing Mario games for several years.
You like space. What's one thing you like in space?
I don't like space.
One thing you like in space. You would never bring up space.
I like quasars.
Speakeasy said,
what's a quasar? What is that? That's not even a real thing.
This is why I don't even bring up quasars around you, Marty. You don't even respect them.
You bring up quasars? It's not real. You can't just be like, oh, I like flumplums. It's not real.
Quasars are real. I love them, and I would not have it dismissed.
What's a quasar? Nick, do you know what a quasar is?
Oh.
It's
Nick's the smartest man I've met in my life. He doesn't know what a quasar is.
One of those spinny johns in the darkness of space.
Fidget spinner?
Oh, Outer Wilds is a really good space game that we both like. That is true.
See, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't have any
Mass Effect is a space game that both of us really like. Oh no, yeah, Marty never played Mass Effect.
Glad Outer Wilds distracted us from Nintendo's shitty business.
For real, I don't think there was a game in space that I liked until Outer Wilds, probably since like Rogue Leader for the launch of the game.
Like all of the Star Wars.
I think Rogue 2001 Star Wars Rogue Leader was a rad space game, and I don't think I liked another space game for like 18 years until Outer Wilds came up. Outer Wilds is sick as hell. That's a good game.
And doesn't cost $40.
It should. It should cost more than that. Also, please make another game. What if you make another game? What if you just do something? Like, what if you give us another game? We were talking about that with Edith Finch. They haven't released another game. That came out 9 years ago.
Nintendo money to them, they would.
Maybe some people just have one in them. You ever think about that?
I do think about that quite a bit. Yeah.
Just one game in their heart and soul, and then it's like, you know what?
Sure.
I'm done.
I think about that with myself. I'm like, I think I had one in me, and I'm not sure if I've already used the one or not. which that's like a spiritual crisis. Tamerox, $5 Australian. Thank you so much, Tamerox. Not sure this is under the radar, but Dragon Ball Genkishin Squadra released recently. It's a Dragon Ball MOBA, and it's very on theme. Worth a look for fans. I have no idea what this is, Tamerox. Like, I like Dragon Ball. I don't like MOBAs, but like,
some MOBA?
I like Dragon Ball enough to like see what's going on.
How is a MOBA on brand for Dragon? Like, what?
This came out a week and a half ago.
Really? That's really on the radar.
Yeah, published by Bandai Namco. What is this? I saw Mashabu in one of the trailers. I like it.
Bandai's been pulling a Square Enix lately and just publishing a lot of stuff that they don't talk about at all.
Yeah. It's like, sure, here it is. Okay, curious about that, Tameros. And then Joe Man, thank you so much, $10 dono. I feel Near Mage is a decent candidate. 90% plus review score, and folks seem to enjoy the VO work we did, but it just didn't gain any traction. Hoping the developers are able to keep working on new stuff. Near Mage. I don't know about Near Mage. Do you guys know Near Mage?
I've heard that one.
I like the idea of like a Near Mage and then maybe like a Far Mage.
It's in our library.
Our library? That's us?
Yeah, it's in our library.
Oh, I like the looks of it. Looks like a point-and-click adventure game.
Yeah.
Looks fun. Okay. I'm adding it to
Oh,
my
this art is cool.
never-ending list. Near Mage. That's it. Those are the only games you need to worry about for the rest of the year. So you're fine there. But aside from that, what else have we been? No, Black Mage also had a great Patreon comment that kind of pinballs off of the prior topic into what we've been playing. But they said, thank you for preemptively all the recos that you're about to drop. I feel like I don't hear about many of the smaller games just because there's been so many good ones this year. I think smaller projects should really get noticed. I feel like my feeds, which I try to get to show a lot of stuff, just don't. And they're filled with titties and sloppy, despite my likes and engagement. Is there a good gaming social media feed based on discovery? First off, nothing wrong with titties and sloppy. Like, listen, if you've got up in the morning, you brushed your teeth, you had your coffee, and you saw some titties and sloppy, everything's fine. But Nick, I know you're a big discovery guy. Like, what would you recommend for folks?
I find stuff on social media. No.
Yeah, you shouldn't be there. That's a bad place. How do we find stuff without going on social media?
So the account that it's going to be a social media account because they specifically said what social media do they follow. But an account that I like to follow right now is this one called Next Indie. They're on both Blue Sky and Twitter.
Nice.
A lot of the old indie accounts that I used to follow kind of like tried to mix in their personality with indie recs, which got annoying after a while, so I don't follow them anymore. But this one is like literally just pulling. I'm sure they're looking at like Steam database, and they find a new game and they pull it and they like give you a little trailer, a little description of the game, and that's it, and a link to it. And
this is great.
Games
it's
all
just
on it all the time.
Quick description, link to the Steam page, and a quick little video. That's great.
Yeah. Yep, I love it. It's my favorite account on social media right now, and I find all kinds of new cool things to keep an eye on from it.
Nice.
Oh, I keep scrolling through this. This is great. Great.
Yeah, if once you start scrolling, you won't stop. So be careful.
Yeah.
They're very good at picking out good curated games too, not just every slop under the sun.
Shout out to Next Indie. There you go. You know what? I'm gonna say friends of the show. Don't know them, but I'm sure they can be friends of the show. All right, stuff we've been playing recently. I think the one game linked between all of us is Silksong. Obviously, we've all made progress since last week. I don't know. I obviously want to keep this spoiler free, but are we feeling differently than we did last week? Have things changed, higher, lower? Casey, how are you feeling compared to a week ago in Silksong? You still at it?
I'm absolutely still at it. I'm trying to make my way into the secret Act 3. So I did finish the game. Nice. But I took a while to actually pull the trigger on finishing the game because I knew I was basically near the finish point and was like, there's still some sections of the map that like I haven't explored. So I was just running around doing all sorts of cleanup and kept finding just more and more and more. Like even after I finished the game and like kind of went back into the save file to like start my path towards Act 3, I was still finding like I skipped sections of this game that I don't think most people skipped. Like I did, like clearly you can see in all the trailers, like Hornet has a double jump.
Sure.
I nearly beat the entire game without the double jump.
Sure. I mean, that's a completely no, you really have to go looking for it, and you have to get there and be like, fuck it, I'll figure out what's going on here and do this entire area and see what's here.
Like the number of bosses that would have been a cakewalk with that. Like I beat that 10 round phase thing that Yahtzee complained about without a double jump.
I went relatively early into Act 2 and somehow found it, and I was like, this is great. This is making my life quite a bit easier. Yeah.
So yes, Hollow Knight Silksong is incredibly difficult, but it is still scratching the same itch as the first game in terms of just that sense of exploration, the sense of accomplishment. And Hornet in particular, like her movement kit is so good. She moves incredibly well. And like, especially like in combat scenarios where you have all the different abilities working in tandem and you're actually making use of them all. Like it looks and feels super impressive.
Mhm.
Like it is the best feeling sort of Metroidvania outside of the last two that I played that are of this caliber, which
Nine
is
Souls.
Nine Souls and Bow Path of the Teal Lotus. Like they're both, I want to say they're all kind of like right here. Nine Souls is a little bit above Bow, but I think Silksong might just be right where Nine Souls is. Like I'm not ready to say that Silksong is just completely better than the experience I had with Nine Souls. Nine Souls is a lot more focused. It's a lot shorter. But it's what it aims to do, which is like kind of focus on like the Sekiro-esque combat. I feel like it nails out of the park. Whereas there are some frustrations with just some of the encounters in Silksong. Like it does feel built to be a little mean in some places where it didn't necessarily need to be that mean. So I can absolutely see why some people would be like rubbed the wrong way. I'm an insane person though, so I kind of just take it in stride.
There you go. Nick, how are you feeling? I know, as the non-Hollow Knight convert, you've been plugging away at Silksong.
Yeah, I made it to Act 2. Before I go any further, though, how many like masks, like health hit points did you guys have by the time you got to Act 2?
I probably got one or two extra.
I don't think I had an extra by the time Act 2 started.
So I don't have an extra.
Wow.
I don't have an extra yet. I picked up a charm that gives you like a critical hit at the end that basically saves your life. But it breaks and you need to like reform it at the. Mm-hmm. But I found the last mask piece I need. I just can't figure out how to get there. So I'm spending so much time trying to figure that out. But I beat the last judge. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because I think it's better if you discover it on your own. But Jess posted about it in our Slack chat today that there is a certain way that may help you with that fight. That I had already found it. So her finding that later, I was like, I'm ahead of you. But yeah, I've come to like really really enjoy the game. When you like kind of watch other people play it or watch the trailers or whatever, it just looks really out of reach if you are not into like precision platformers or anything. But as Casey said, like the game feels and controls so well that like those moves are relatively easy to pull off because of how well the game plays. Like a lot of times, like when you get like a wall jump in a 2D Metroidvania, for some reason, a lot of times they're really janky feeling or just slide off or really frustrating. Not at all in this. Like you can just hang onto the wall and you can jump off it, and it's fluid and it tactile. Everything feels right. I really enjoyed that. I think some of the bosses, are just designed to piss you off. Like I think my biggest complaint with the game is like some of the bosses, like there is just so much going on screen. It is really hard to keep track and actually learn the patterns.
I think they lean a little bit too much on a boss that can summon small dudes. Like, I think
that happens quite a bit.
My favorite bosses in the games are the ones where it's just a one-on-one or a one-on-two fight, and it's just that. It's not like, I summoned some mosquitoes. I'm like, fucking, I don't care about the mosquitoes. Like, I want to fight the boss. Like, this is what I want this to be.
Yeah, I don't like ads in any boss fight unless it's like a shooter game.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of there to be like,
yeah.
Like speaking of liking them in a shooter game, like I think that's kind of why some of that exists. Like they're trying to get you to use everything. Like normally I would have ignored a lot of like the secondary stuff, like the tools that you have. Yeah. But like the way they position so many flying enemies and then like put ads in certain boss fights, you kind of have to clear them out with that stuff. And I've come to really like using the tools and stuff. I would have just ignored that whole section of the gameplay, honestly, because I tend to just.
The tools are legitimately the tools. Like as a big Castlevania guy, the tools are your sub weapon in Castlevania. Like that is an interesting. Like they. I keep saying that the first half, Act 1 is a Metroid game, Act 2 is a Castlevania game, and I have a theory on what Act 3 is, but I don't want to say it because a lot of people aren't there yet. But I do think you need to embrace the tools, and I do think the major design flaw is the fact that the tools are rebuilt on a consumable resource. I think every time you go to your bench, you should max out your tools. And I think you should lose, every boss fight, you should have a finite amount of tools because there's no bench in a boss room. But I do think putting them behind shards, I think is bad design. And I think it's abrasive, mean, and cruel design, which a lot of things in the game are, which I think are good. I do think a lot. I think BioWater, I think having to pay for fucking benches in the back half of the game is good because it is. I've said this on Windbreaker. Like, this is a world where like the religion is turning on the pilgrims, and they are
it's
fleecing
on
them with
theme. Yeah,
it's absolutely on theme. So it's one of those things where, like when I was talking about the time loop of the anime of Haruhi Suzumiya, where I'm like, I hate the experience of this, but I like what you're getting at. Like, I like the message behind it.
Yeah.
Still think it's a pain in the ass, but
yeah. So somebody that I think I've said multiple times on this podcast, like I'm not huge on like 2D exploration type games. Like, this is changing my mind quite quickly on that.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah.
If you get through this, go and play Bow and Nine Souls. Like,
I've tried to play Nine Souls multiple times. I just that game frustrates the fuck out of me.
It's so good. It's so good.
That game makes
It's
me
so
angry.
yeah.
It's a good anger. It's an anger that makes you grow as a person.
Yeah, maybe now that I've got like more of the controlling of a 2D character down better through Silksong, I'll be able to. I got through a good chunk of Nine Souls. I think I got to like the third or fourth area, but just
Yeah, we haven't.
It absolutely will test you. So fair.
Yeah, it reminded me of my early days of Sekiro. Those were painful days.
Man, maybe I should go back to Sekiro. I don't think I'm good at Sekiro though. I don't think I'm good at that
I think
rhythm.
if you can keep up with Silksong, like I think you can keep up with.
I might finish Silksong tonight or tomorrow. I have one more thing to do in Act 3, and then I think it's the boss. I don't even have it on easy mode. There is no easy mode. Switch.
They won't
Nintendo, let me pay you $20 for an easy mode.
No.
Let me get Donkey Kong in my game to help me. If I pay $20 for the Donkey Kong DLC, I should be able to once a week summon him into
jail.
any other game I own on Switch.
That's called an NFT, Marty. Like, what are you getting at now?
The NFK, a non-fungible Kong. Listen, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it's a terrible idea, and anyone who like was hoodwinked by it is obviously dumb as shit. But not a bad idea. But yeah, Silksong good. Very excited. The other big game I know the two of you put some time in, I think Nick more, is Borderlands 4. Nick, you mentioned a little bit about Borderlands 4 last week. Casey, you got time to play a little bit. Any early thoughts on it? Are we pro? Are we con? Are we yay? Are we nay?
Yeah, it was kind of. I wasn't like huge on it last week. Kind of said it's just more Borderlands, and it's still that. But now that I've made it to like the second area in the game, I've actually had a really good time with it. Like, nice. It is the Borderlands. I would say it's like the Borderlands that I imagined having when I was a kid playing Borderlands, because Borderlands is that old.
The idea that you were a kid playing Borderlands is I feel like death is coming for me. I think I was a working professional when Borderlands came out.
What year did the first Borderlands come out? Like 2008?
Yeah, I think 2012 was Borderlands 2. I don't actually remember Borderlands 1, if I'm being honest. I think that came out when I wasn't playing games for a year or two.
So I would have been. I think I was in junior high when the first Borderlands came out, and then no, I was in high school for the first No, I was in junior high for the first Borderlands, and high school for Borderlands 2. So, like, I had imagined growing up those games being like fully open world and like just the loot being, crazy and finding a lot of crazy guns, and like it was finding a vault and having it actually be a fucking vault where I could win some loot. Because if you remember the first game, the vault does nothing. I fucking hated that.
I remember the movie. They find a vault at the end of the film.
Yeah. But
I actually don't remember what was in the vault. I said this before. I saw the movie twice, and I don't remember.
Should have been guns.
They did what they did in the first game, which everyone hated, where the vault just had a monster in it, and you had to fight the monster.
That's right. Like, it ate someone. Yeah.
But like this one specifically going like fully open world, and they've added in so many different movement options with the glider. You can dash around in combat now. Like, you can. In the previous games, you had to like go to like a garage to spawn a vehicle, but now you can just click right on.
I do like that. Yeah,
and it immediately spawns a
nice.
vehicle in for you, so you can travel wherever you want. But like there's a lot of like secret areas in the game that you find just going off the beaten path, and like, oh, you run into a mission that takes you down into this cave that you didn't even know that was there. Like there's actually a lot of like layer to the map that you don't see at first glance, which I really like. And so like finding, a crate in those, layers, or getting a specific legendary gun or whatever. Like there's a lot of like good discovery in Borderlands 4, which is what I've always wanted from the series. So I'm enjoying it for that. And the side missions have been a lot of fun too. Like, you shoot things in the game. Like that's the core loop of it, obviously. So you're not gonna be doing like a crazy puzzle or anything. But like, I've done a quest where I had to mate some aliens together to help cultivate a farm. I helped brew a brewski for a bunch of drunk raiders. I helped a very sad rocket launch into the air, and then I just finished a side quest, which apparently there's a bunch more of, where you basically play Bop It.
Love Bop It. I fucking love. I think Bop It might be one of the 10 best games of all time.
It's up there.
Probably is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I keep going back to it, and I haven't wanted to put it down. And like that, when that Borderlands loop kind of gets you, it really gets you, just like any other good looter shooter would.
And are you playing it mostly single player?
Yeah.
So I know, Casey, you haven't put nearly as much time into it, but you've been playing it. You played it multiplayer.
Yeah,
I know you gave us some of your thoughts yesterday, but yeah.
Yeah, from go, I was online with my friends, and we were like just waiting till the moment we could party up. So like it was a situation where like, okay, we're trying to rush through like the opening tutorial and stuff until we can get to whenever we can play together. And once we were playing together, it was a real scattershot, chaotic sort of thing where everyone was running in every direction. Someone would get into trouble, then we'd like come over to where they were, like see what's going on over there. And then someone would die and then get into trouble somewhere else. Like I do like that at least the early map seems like there's a lot of different things going on all over the place. And like it's been so long, but like the last games, whoever was the party leader would have to like initiate a quest or something, and then like that would show up for everyone. Whereas in this, they have a system where whoever is the actual leader, like I think their quest marker shows up in a particular color, but then other people can start quests. And
that's cool.
Their quests will still kind of populate in the thing, and you can see where those are if you just kind of switch it to be the active quest. So like everyone feels like they have a level of agency, and you can just play the game and knock stuff out without being near each other. I'm not entirely sure if it will count if, say, you solo like a whole area on your own. I don't know if you'll like get rewards filtered to you that way. But I also know that the loot seems to be instanced. So like stuff will drop and no one is looking at the exact same loot, which I don't know how I feel about that, because I remember it being, I don't know if it was always like that.
Loot and trade loot.
Yeah. Like I remember there being like, oh yeah, like I want this. Like, oh, you can take this, you can take that. Like that kind of silos it a little bit.
But I mean, you can can you still trade stuff?
You can still like pick stuff up and then drop it. So yeah.
We used to have to duel for it, and that was a fun ass mechanic.
The dueling.
You both want
I guess that kind of like fits in the theme of the game of like you're all kind of straggler bounty hunters.
Yeah, a bunch of treasure hunting.
Yeah. It's not like there's no chivalry between all of you.
Mm-hmm.
So like we had like we picked. Oh, for some reason they both picked the siren. But I would have preferred if we all had different characters, so I could see kind of if there's synergies between them. But there was nothing really that I noticed in terms of like the characters working together. They don't really talk to each other, even though they're all voiced and have voice lines going into certain situations. I think they have unique lines for like the cutscenes as well too. So like your character will be quipping at the bad guy in your scenario, but then your friend's character will be saying their own stuff in their own scenario. But you're not hearing what they're saying because the game's not treating it as if all of these characters are in the same place, which again is a little disappointing.
But you're watching the KC version.
Yeah, you're watching me and my particular character, and they're watching their particular character.
Gotcha.
And I would have liked it because I feel like the older games also played to the fact that like, hey, the other characters exist in this world. Like the other playable characters exist in this world. But yeah, I didn't really get the sense that they were spending much time telling you about who you were playing at all. And the actual story that they're having you follow so far is very cookie cutter. It's like, oh, someone's oppressing us and we gotta build a resistance and work together to overcome the thing. It's like it's super boring. The big bad, or at least the big bad that they're showing so far, doesn't really have anything resembling a personality of interest. So the only hook is the loop of jumping around. I like the movement options with the jetpack thingy, though all of it feels a tad under probably the best in the business, Destiny, in terms of like jumping around, floating, and shooting. Like that loop is the best at doing that in Destiny, and Borderlands doesn't feel quite like that. Like it's good, but it doesn't feel quite like that. And as someone who's played hundreds and hundreds of hours of Destiny, like I feel that difference.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm waiting for the unique Borderlands thing to hook me. In the past, that has been, you know, the wacky guns, the crazy humor, and like the weird mission scenarios. But like none of those things are kind of standing out, at least while I'm running around with my friends. And that's what this game wants you to do. This game wants you to spend time running around with your friends. And if it can't draw my attention away from just me and my friends joking, like I don't know if I'm going to have a fun time with it without them. That's where my stance is right now.
I know one of the big things I'm seeing of folks online, there's a lot of performance discussion. I
bought mine on Xbox, so
you've been fine so far.
I don't know if that. I think that's a PC thing, right?
Yeah. No, there's some console problems too. Like the longer you play, there's like a memory leak right now that they're trying to fix.
I didn't run into that. But that's bad.
once your game like starts to like chug, you just got to restart and it fixes it. But they're working.
Is that all? I just got to do a restart.
Big deal. That's fine. You should probably do it anyways. It should be like the Virtual Boy. Every 15 minutes, be like, "Hey, you might be getting brain cancer. Maybe you should. You got to do your 2020. That's the thing. Is everything's fine if you do your 2020. Nick,
Borderlands started pushing that.
Have you been playing on PC at all? Like I know that's where a lot of the.
I've been playing all on PC. I had to. My unpack tomorrow will cover all this, but basically, I had to do the DLSS workaround for the game to run smooth because when it was on whatever their standard setting was, I think was TSR, which I don't know how to explain that, so I'm not going to try. But whatever graphics setting it was running real chuggy until I put it on DLSS, and I don't personally have a problem with it, but like at the same point, I understand why people do. Like they don't, a lot of people see DLSS, or I think say DLSS is like a kind of a cop out to actually having the resolution and everything it should be. So I'm sure it looks better without DLSS, but I don't know, it's a first person shooter, so it hasn't bothered me.
I'm curious, how do you think it looks in general? Like the visual style?
Borderlands. I don't think it looks all that much better than like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands did.
I kind of think it looks bad, at least on Xbox. I don't know if there's like a higher resolution that is getting like on PC, like higher end PCs, but on Xbox Series X, like I was kind of surprised. Like this looks ugly to me, and like I'm always a proponent of a cartoon style, like a cel shady style, which Borderlands was really good at back in the day. This version feels like it's leaning a little more on the realism. Like it has kind of a very light cartoony shading on top of it, but overall everything kind of just looks bad. Like especially like when you're out in like big open fields, like the grass and the trees and stuff, like they look shitty.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the trade-offs of going fully open world is like cel shaded. I can't think of many cel shaded open worlds that look good when it's stretched out like that. When these, like when you go back and look at the older Borderlands games, they're much more smaller, constrained environments. So yeah, like a big, open grassy field like you're gonna get from Breath of the Wild, I don't think is ever gonna look that great with cel shading.
That's unfortunate.
I can't. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, is there any open world cel shaded game that looks good? And like,
Tommy, that's not really open world. That's like little zones. Yeah. God, look how good Link. You know who's great? Link. We don't talk about Link. You're a good dude.
He's brave. Link? He's the best boy. That's my
Brave as
link.
hell.
I
I
think,
think he might be my favorite Link.
once you start getting some more of the legendary weapons, I think the game will maybe open up for you, because like I've started to get a few, and like I have one that's like this pistol that
Are
shoots
those
like
purples?
No, they're yet gold.
They're gold. Okay.
Yeah, like I have this one that's like a pistol that shoots like gravity waves. It's fucking dope.
Yeah, I was waiting for like just some of the weapons to have an interesting hook. Like they're dropping a bunch of guns that do different things. Like one is shooting like electricity orbs. One has like sticky rockets, whatever, that have a delayed explosion. It's fine, but none of them are like doing a thing that's like, oh, this is really cool that the gun is doing this. And like that's kind of half of the appeal, is that they sort of mix and match all these weird effects on the weaponry. So yeah, I want to get a little bit deeper. I do want to put more time in, maybe without my friends distracting me so much, and see if I can get into a groove of like what Borderlands is like offering up. But yeah, my expectations are pretty low right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm enjoying it as like a turn off my brain podcast game. I'm not saying like it's a great game or anything like that, but Borderlands, it's Borderlands.
Because it used to be like people saying like it's more Borderlands. Like Borderlands 2 had a super engaging story, really fun characters. Like I bought and played through every DLC for 2 because that's how much I liked the game and was invested in just all the characters and the newer ones that they would introduce. Like I found them super fun and interesting. They introduced some new dude. They've introduced a couple new dudes. And this happens early on, but they kill one of them as well. I did not give a shit. Like I didn't give a shit. Like whoever the other new dude is, like he doesn't have a personality that's like worth paying attention to.
Yeah, I mean,
so far.
I think Borderlands 2 though was like the only entry in the series that like anybody remembers the story from.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those series where it has a clear peak, and it's 2.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of other. We talk about Metal Gear, Zelda, or anything Final Fantasy, where it's like, well, it's debatable. I feel like there's no one who says anything other than 2 in terms of where the series peaked.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to hear more if you guys get any deeper by next week. A couple super chats that came in. Tamer Oz, thank you so much, $5 Australian. Marty, it's Tamer OZ, not Ox. Oh, my apologies. I got it right that time. Tamer Ox sounds nice though, like an ox.
Yeah,
like
tame her ox. It's out of control.
Damn, tame that beast of burden. Some more random mentions. Chuchel, the farmer was replaced. Block Factory and Ghost Signal. Are those games?
Probably.
Oh, look, who's this little guy? I like whatever this game is. Chuchel, that looks nice. It looks like a little pumpkin talking to like a cupcake. It's very small in the corner of my monitor, so I don't know what's going on.
Some Maurice Sandak.
Oh my god, I
Junior
love
nonsense.
Bear. I fucking love Little Bear. Little Bear is he's the anti.
I hate it. He's butt naked all the time.
He's a bear. He's supposed to wear clothes,
but his parents wore clothes.
Anyway, let your child run naked.
They sent their child into the wilderness butt naked every day. I didn't understand it.
Moral fiber. Murray, thank you for those recos too. I'm gonna check the rest of them out as well. Murray, the demonic skull with the $2 Canadian dono. Thank you so much. Can we get a list of recos for reference later? Yes, in the comments. Well, at least will be our recos. I'll put together. Maybe I'll copy and paste all of the other Patreon comments and I'll throw them in there. How about that? Nidoram with a $10 dono. Thank you so much, Nidoram. Absolutely loving Borderlands 4. By far the most I've played a game at launch in over a decade. Glad the villain's story are better than Borderlands 3. Easily the best in the series since 2. I've heard a lot of people that Nidoram's not the only one of that opinion.
Not better than 2. He said best since 2.
Sure, but I feel like that. Like I've heard from people that they've gotten like completely sucked in. So I don't know if that's a thing that'll maybe happen with you guys at some point, or maybe it's just a.
I would like if that were the case. I want to believe again.
Yeah,
the Reddit community for the game is like, aside from the performance issues, they love it.
Yeah,
like
listen, if you can win Reddit over,
that's true. If you can win Reddit, you can win the presidency.
Yeah. Oh no.
I don't think that's what happened.
I'm just going to go to bed. Jomo Slomo, thank you so much with 50 Norwegian kroner. Team Cherry made a swamp so gruesome that I can only imagine it's brought a tear to Miyazaki's eye. I'm not looking forward to his response in Elden Ring 2.
Dude, do you think they're just going shot for shot with swamps?
Miyazaki's like, wait a minute. You can have a character go into swamp and then no longer be able to heal? That sounds great. They put those goddamn swamp maggots all over Elden Ring 2, which is exciting. The only other thing aside from Silksong that I've put any kind of amount of time into was 2.5 hours in a theater watching the new Demon Slayer movie, Divinity Castle Part 1.
Oh yeah.
I last week I fucking mainlined the last 2 seasons of Demon Slayer to get all caught up. The Swordsmith Village arc as well as the Ashura training arc that got me super hyped. And then this is saw the movie in theaters and was fucking great. Like, it was such a good theatrical experience. Like, the theater was full of people who clearly like give a shit about anime and were excited about it. The movie has so many like crazy hype moments. The movie is
Nice.
a third of a season, right? Like, ultimately what they're doing is they're taking the last season and they're splitting it up into 3 2.5 hour movies. So like each thing is like a third of the season, but it's a culmination. Like, it is, these are the good guys who are left. This is Muzan Kobuchi and his upper ranks who are left, and they're all in the same place now, and they have to deal with it. And the Infinity Castle is such a cool setting. Like, that's something that's been shown a bunch throughout the anime, but it's literally like a pocket universe that is like a never-ending series of like a recursive series of like Japanese palaces. Cool as shit for these fights, and the fights like do such a great job of. Demon Slayer's always been a really good job of, it introduces you to a villain and it gives you some of their backstory, because like every villain's kind of tragic. Like, why they sold their soul to the devil was ultimately because something that happened in their lives. And so you get that, and then you get more backstory for whichever Hashira or, you know, main character is fighting them, and then you get some of the sickest action scenes ever put to anime.
Yeah, I gotta go back. I can't wait to go back.
It's good. The movie is good as hell. It's had like 3 or 4 moments where I'm like, hell yeah. It is not a movie someone could just watch. Like, it would be borderline incomprehensible.
It's the same with Infinity Train, right? Like, it's a literal continuation.
Yeah. Like, at the very least, you could be like, oh, okay, they're giving me enough backstory to know, oh, this is what this dude's deal is. This is what this girl's deal is. And now they're fighting. Really, really excited for this. I am bummed that it's going to take as long. It's going to do the Attack on Titan thing where, like, I'm losing my momentum from this, and then I'm going to have to rebuild my momentum for the next movie, and then I'm going to lose it again, and then I'm going to have to build up my momentum again for the final movie.
Like, it's clear why they've gone this route, though, right?
Sure.
They released the last movie, and it just broke all sorts of freaking records all over the world.
Yeah.
So the amount of money they stand to get by releasing a sequel and then another sequel and then another sequel is just head over heels more than releasing a series and then selling that to like a TV station or whatever, right?
I think it's going to pass $500 million globally this weekend, which is insane. The biggest anime opening ever in the US. It's a behemoth. It's going to pass Fantastic Four. It's going to make more money than Fantastic Four.
I mean, that's not surprising. Fantastic Four suck. They've always sucked.
Also, fuck Disney.
Also that, yeah.
Sora, Donald, Goofy, y'all fighting for the wrong team. Sick as hell. If anyone's a fan, also if you're not a fan of Demon Slayer, you should probably just watch it. It's just like Demon Slayer is like such an easy across the board recommendation to anyone who likes just video games and cool action scenes. Like,
like video games and cool action scenes.
I think you would dig Demon Slayer.
You will absolutely love. Like, this is easy.
Like
an easy stepping point for anime.
1,000 hours of anime I gotta watch.
It's not. I mean,
this isn't super long.
Yeah,
it's long. Shorter seasons than
like last season was 8 half-an-hour episodes. Like,
but how many seasons?
4. Like, it's you can.
This is only like the 4th arc, right? There's like,
yeah, it's not. It's I think 60
4 or 5
maybe. But they're good. It's like. It's a basic anime, and I don't mean that in a pejorative way. Like, I just mean it is like, it's not trying to do anything crazy in terms of form or like really taking risks. It's just incredibly well animated characters you're going to like, villains you're going to love to hate, and the sickest action you can think of. So sometimes basic formulaic,
as in they have mastered the formula. Like they know
Well said.
exactly how to make a shonen battle anime.
Well said. Yeah. Good stuff. But yeah, that's my big thing. Anime, : it's pretty good. Yeah, that's my big review of anime.
You know what a movie I finally watched over the weekend?
What's that?
Jurassic Park Rebirth.
I thought you were going to say Atlanta, but then I remember that's not a movie.
Have you watched Atlanta yet? We've been asking you. Sorry, you can talk about the dinosaurs.
No. Did either of you see Jurassic Park Rebirth?
No.
Yeah, the one from this summer?
Yeah.
I've seen all
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty ugly. I thought it was a pretty ugly movie, and I wanted to. It's a cast I adore. I think I'm just done with Jurassic Park. I don't know. I need to stop seeing these movies. I haven't liked one. I literally don't think I've liked one since Jurassic Park 1, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Really?
Like, this is on me at this point.
I think I feel exactly the same. Like that one is kind of the only one I've ever really liked, and I did watch the Chris Pratt one and was like these are movies like a lot of more modern day disaster movies. Like it's fun to watch the destruction and the people die. I don't find that entertaining. Like they treat it like a joke and not like a big deal. It's like, oh, the dinosaurs are loose. Like, this lady's getting torn up by pterodactyls.
Yeah, this one. Cool? Oh, and then it threw her into the mouth of this other thing.
Yeah, like I hate that. I hate that so much. I'm like, no, save the people.
I would say Rebirth is a bit more dark than that. It like took it a bit more seriously. I would say like some of those early deaths are pretty brutal.
Y'all had it coming.
Don't
go near dinosaurs.
they had it coming.
Yeah, but I found the movie fun, but God, I wish they would have just not had the family in it at all.
Sure, that felt like a studio note of like we need a
comedy relief. Yeah. Otherwise, it's too dark of a movie.
Old ones do, right? Yeah.
It's too dark of a movie, and the kids won't like it because, like, there's some interesting shit going on with like the cast, like the main cast, but the family is just a bunch of buffoons.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like the girl's boyfriend is a pot smoker, but also apparently just not scared of dinosaurs or getting eaten at all, and just.
Yeah, as long as you're high, you're going to be afraid of dinosaurs.
It's a side effect of THC.
If I was high.
You haven't found the right strain. If you find the right strain, you'll become fearless.
I took an edible, and T-Rex was sitting behind me like, shit. But yeah, like, I don't know. It like just like Fallen Kingdom, Rebirth felt like it had a ton of potential, and they just kind of botched it. And like, I didn't like just like Fallen Kingdom as well. I didn't hate watching the movie Dominion. Like I hated as much as I hated Rise of Skywalker. Like those movies shouldn't exist. But like this, I don't know. I guess my expectations were so low from Dominion that there was no way I wasn't going to enjoy this movie if it was even slightly better. But please stop with the fucking mutant dinos. Like my God, you're fucking stupid.
Also, if you're just going to fucking combine it with Fast and Furious. There's two things I'm sick of. Just combine them and see if they work together. Just have Dominic Toretto have
still works for me.
I don't know.
Sick of that
remember
nonsense.
when they left it on a cliffhanger and then I think they just stopped making movies? That was years ago. Where is the next one?
They're bringing them back. They said they're making them. They're working.
That was like
they had to mend friendships. A lot's going on. The Rock is in a different place now.
Oh yeah, and they said
he's skinny.
Then they said they're going to use like an AI generated version of Paul Walker for a couple scenes or something.
Yeah, I'm sure he would love that. I'm sure he would absolutely love that. Yeah,
just put his brother back in it like they did last time. If they absolutely have to revisit the character,
just recast him as like Steve Zahn or somebody worked with like in an early movie. Just put Steve Zahn in these movies. Why isn't Steve Zahn in any of these movies?
Murray, the demonic skull, wants to know if I also own Dominion, because yes, I do own a copy of Rise of Skywalker. Yes, I also own a copy of Dominion. Because I didn't go see it in theaters, but I put Rise of Skywalker and Dominion like above the toilet just so that I know to never watch them again.
I'm gonna teach you how to steal things.
Not really, but
that's what we were talking about before. We're gonna teach you. Omar and I will walk you through how to steal things. It's gonna be great. And before we wrap up, S6, thank you so much for the $5 Australian dono. Question challenge level. Impossible for the second wind crew. Question: what is the best RTS to fly under the radar in 2025? # Tempest Rising doesn't count.
Why? I played it. I made a video on it. Leave me alone.
I think they're saying, can we literally name a second real-time
Can we
strategy
name
game?
another one?
I wonder if
I
any
promise
game
you that I
played this
cannot.
year-
Tsugami?
That was last year.
It's not even RTS though.
It's close enough.
You have direct control over that small samurai.
Yeah, but it's real time, and you got to use some strategy. I'm going to see if I played any game that is even remotely. No, I didn't play it. Yes, it's here. I looked through a big list.
I bought a copy of Broken Arrow. I just never played it.
Like Broken Arrow, the John Travolta movie?
No, Broken Arrow, the RTS game.
Oh, okay. The John Travolta movie is pretty good. Shout out to Howie Long. He played a villain in that movie. Football commentator Howie Long. Sorry, we don't like strategy
I
games.
guess he did such a good job that they didn't need him to do any more acting.
Listen, no, he was in a movie called Firestarter. Ooh, that just might have been Broken Arrow. I think I might be thinking of Broken Arrow. Still. You know what? Everyone's got their blind spots. Ours are strategy games because they're boring and they're for nerds.
I want to play. So there's a game that came out that I do want to play. That is kind of an RTS. Actually, it is an RTS a little bit. Chip and Claws versus the Brainioids.
What?
What are we doing?
What
This
is
sounds like
this
some
game?
shit I bring up. We can't have two of me on the podcast. I barely want one of me on the podcast. We can't be doing this.
Chip and Claws versus the Brainioids, and it reminds me. It almost looks like an RTS, like Ratchet and Clank.
Okay, I mean, I'm seeing characters run around and shooting, so like there's direct control, which to me disqualifies it from the RTS.
But you control, but you direct the other character. You direct all your little minions like an Overlord.
That's just a squad based. That's just a squad based shooter. That's what you're describing.
The description on Steam says it's an RTS.
You can't believe
Steam be lying. They just say
People doesn't give a shit. He's in his fucking yacht off the coast of New Zealand.
There's minion generating.
Oh, Jomo Slomo, that's true. Brew Legend might be the last RTS I like. Obviously, aside from Kunitsugami, which is the world's greatest RTS. I think genres are dumb. They shouldn't exist. I just think like we need to like break down the walls of genres. Keep a wall around RTS so that doesn't get into my other genres.
that one, wall it off.
Wall it off. Beautiful. We did it. We made it to the end of the show. I apologize to any RTS fan out there. I didn't mean what I said. I'm ignorant. I'm dumb. The games are scary.
It's just not for me. Like I've tried several times to see what the appeal is. It's not for me. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, there's so much clicking. We gotta click all day. We can't be clicking after work. We can't be doing those after work clicks. Also, Pikmin's the greatest RTS ever, so it's fine. Nintendo makes 4 of them.
That kind of counts.
Pikmin absolutely is an RTS.
Rematch is a real-time strategy game.
Isn't Rematch a soccer game? What are you talking about?
It's sports.
Just like Minecraft and RPG, you have to strategize on the fly in real time in Rematch.
God, as someone who does a lot of dumb takes, that was a very dumb take. I kind of like it though, but it was very dumb. I respect it, but that was an incredibly dumb take. Okay, we made it to the end of the show. Casey, what do you got going on? What should folks check out in your neck of the woods?
The use. Check the socials, Sigma Gears 9 for just updates on other random nonsense that I'm doing. We'll probably have Marty's Silksong essay edited over the weekend, so like maybe expect that to drop sometime next week. I should be on for Super Smash this Sunday on the Second Wind channel as well as my own.
Nice.
And I think that's all I got right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nick.
New episode of Unpacked tomorrow on the Pitchford problem.
It's a good title. It's a good title. It's a good headline.
So, if you want to hear about goofiness going on in the games industry, because, as somebody that has learned to shut their mouth on social media, some other people might want to learn to shut their mouth on social media.
See, there you go.
And then, I know somebody mentioned earlier that I haven't streamed lately. Yeah, just kind of been not in a streaming mood, so I've been letting Jack and Jenna take my slot. So maybe I'll be back next week, maybe I won't. But I did see the call for cooperative Borderlands stream, and I'm not against that. I know Jenna's playing it, so maybe her and I will play some co-op Borderlands next week.
There you go. Borderlands. And then, on our front tomorrow, there'll be an episode of DevHeads at noon Central. So tune into that. I think that's it. And a couple super chats that came in right at the end. Thank you so much. B Smiley, $2 dono. Did y'all try Battalion Wars, a great retro Nintendo RTS? I did. That was for the GameCube. That was the GameCube console version of kind of an Advance Wars, a spin on Advance Wars. Didn't like it nearly as much as Advance Wars, but it felt like baby's first RTS, which I liked. I'm a baby.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. It was not what I liked from the Wars series.
No. Yeah.
It was not the same thing.
What's that other one? It's pixel art from Chucklefit Wargroove.
Wargroove.
Wargroove is very much
that's
just
turn-based tactics.
Yeah, that is Advance Wars proper, whereas this Battalion Wars was like a 3D third-person shooter where you're in the middle of a war, but you're doing some tactic stuff. And then Zoob Bear with a $5 dono. Thank you so much, Zoob. Pikmin and Warrior style games are called action strategy. So are these. You mean Warrior as in like
probably like Dynasty Warriors?
Those feel very different than Pikmin,
like
though,
Musos?
right? Like that's like a different part of your brain. I feel like Muso and Pikmin games aren't. I mean, who am I to say things aren't the same?
Those don't feel similar. I get why you would use the strategy term because you are managing a big field of events, but like one is you're sending things to deal with the field, and the other is you're going to deal with the field. And I think that is a marked difference.
Muso games feel more like character action games, except that you're kind of like a god amongst a million ants. Whereas Pikmin games is you're a god with a million ants to use to your want. So maybe they are very similar, Zoom. You might be right. But yeah, that'll do it for us for this episode of Firelink, episode number 84. Thank you so much, everyone who watched live in YouTube, listening on your podcast service of choice, or tuning in late. And of course, everyone who commented on Patreon. Like I said, please, if you're at that $5 tier and above, check out the post for this episode on Patreon. So many cool recos of a lot of genres that are completely blind to us. So cool to see a lot of that. So for Eric, for Nick, and for Casey, this was Marty. This was Firelink, episode number 84. I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursdays, and we'll see y'all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.